The indigenous Lepchas called it their burnt hill. As they passed this way, in some years unknown, in Lepcha language, MIRIK means burnt hill, and so the name seemed to have been confirmed by the locals then. The wetland has its own tag, Samendu, meaning unfortunate. As old-timers recall, nothing grew here, nor was any agrarian venture successful. Nothing went right until 1974. The British had smelled prospects of tea here, and as most land lay tea cultivated in the opposite spurs, and then MIRIK beckoned. The beautiful rolling topography with well-shaped knolls and easy gradients came to life with lush, manicured teascape. Today, MIRIK boasts of the best teascape in the district. The 1979-83 figures showed encouraging social impact. The locals who were merely confined to the tea gardens and rural corners found new opportunities in the market area. People invested in constructions, vehicles, foreign goods outlets, eateries, real estate rentals, etc. There was this new optimism to business and self-employment. MIRIK migrated from the Basti to the small urban patch. The boom in tourism supported self-employment in diverse sectors. Children were now being sent to English medium schools, which grew along with the society. Citing the 1984-88 figures and onwards, there's been a catastrophic downhill slide. The impact is now obvious. Unemployment has risen, self-employment rate is slow, and most youths have migrated to the cities. New investments in the tourism sector is almost nil. MIRIK was once referred as to the newest hill station in India, and that was 30 years ago. Today, the oldest ecotourism destination attracts no outside investments. The rent is as low as ever, and this has greatly affected local livelihood. MIRIK has failed to attract new models of business. MIRIK block comprises of the largest number of bastis and tea gardens. Over 40% of village folk and families engage in farming as a source of livelihood. Today, organically grown vegetables from MIRIK are a huge demand locally, in Siliguri and in weekly marts like Dudhe and Salbari. Today, MIRIK witnesses a large number of women enterprises selling self-grown and collected vegetables. As is already known, MIRIK is the largest producer of oranges in the district. But lack of proper research, studies and education of farmers, the huge orange farms have seen a massive downslide owing to pests and diseases. The Center for Promotion and Studies of Citrus Fruits is based in Kalimpong, while the largest number of farmers dependent on the annual average harvest is here in MIRIK. The idea is, why can't we have one just close to the orchards? Beside this, the block is also famous for broom, ginger, turmeric and cardamom, also affected by diseases. An agriculture institute is also a necessity here. Cymbidium orchids grow well in MIRIK. The colors of flowers grown here are the best, as growers believe, owing to the right temperatures. The cut flowers reach as far as the markets of Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and even abroad via these cities. Many village folks have struck rich harvests and also lucrative patronage from Sikkim and Northeast. Today, MIRIK has also witnessed two huge investments in Cymbidium orchids by well-heeled companies from outside. The possibility of self-sustenance is huge, growing orchids and other flowers too. A floriculture institute to promote the floral industry here amongst the villagers is of a great importance. Though the people of the hills have been the main workforce of the tea industry as well as its backbone, it is an irony that despite the huge educated youth population today, very few have been able to secure those viable openings in the management sector of this industry. This is largely due to the fact that the marginalized youths here know very little or nothing about institutes that impart trainings in this sector. To acknowledge officially the practice of ecotourism in MIRIK and the stakeholders, the local villagers are permitted to develop and promote it as a means of their livelihood, adhering to the principles of ecotourism and as part of country's incredible India drive to develop and promote tourism in the country. To declare this eco-tourism zone as plastic-free zone, to set up boards announcing plastic-free zones, to impose fines and other restrictions, to work in collision with local bodies involved in ecotourism practices to implement these regulations. To declare MIRIK as mountain biking zone and work in collision with the local taxi syndicates and drivers to sensitize them to look out for riders, cyclists, to put up adequate road signage in all strategic stretches of the main highway, to declare the state highway in MIRIK Salamander Highway, to draw the attention of all towards the endangered status of this rare species which are found in good numbers in MIRIK, to promote tea tourism in MIRIK and encourage and train the tea workers to offer homestays. This could generate employment to their children as the gardens too are saturated. As mentioned in the beginning, the history of tourism in MIRIK and its subsequent impact to the society and its livelihood generation, it could well be understood that tourism is one sector that could generate maximum employment, encourage entrepreneurship, offer exposure, bring in external investments in the sector, raise local real estate values and also preserve local art, craft and culture. The natural beauty and the opportunities of tea tourism, trekking and other adventure sports still makes ecotourism along with homestays potential option for MIRIK. MIRIK definitely was the first ecotourism spot in the Eastern Himalayas to be designed and promoted. It had immensely turned popular in the 80s, but then subsequent years of movements had its bitter toll on this picturesque getaway. MIRIK is still a much favoured weekend hunt. The need of the hour is a well-planned infrastructure for the development of the lake and its surroundings on the principles of ecotourism.